Hello everyone, we will be starting in next 5 minutes.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr. Raja.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Very good afternoon, Gautam ji.
Can you rename somebody joined from mobile? Might be it is coming Motorola Edge. We don't know who has joined.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Fazal.
Hi, good afternoon.
Faisal from Max
Good
Cement.
afternoon, everyone.
Afternoon.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is
Jigar,
Sharad
Shah.
from eGlobal Group.
Good afternoon. But I can't see you, Sarath.
Just a second, sir.
Yeah.
I would request the attendees to please switch off their cameras and mute themselves.
Very good afternoon.
Very good afternoon.
Aditya bhai, good afternoon.
Hello all. Very good afternoon to everyone. Can anyone please let me know whether I'm audible?
Yes, very much.
Yes.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Very much,
Thank you.
very much.
I would request everyone to please mute themselves. Thank you. We'll be starting the session. Hello everyone, myself Mahima Khadse on behalf of the Branalytics team and our partner Endel Digital, we welcome you all on our roundtable Building the Smart Cement and RMC Plant Digital Transformation across Operations, Logistics and Dispatch. Before we start the roundtable, there are a few guidelines that I would like to highlight and make you people aware of. Requesting all attendees to be on the mute when the speakers are taking the session. We will open for the Q&A session after the roundtable where the attendees can ask their questions, if any, to the speakers. So below are the guidelines to follow. Firstly, raise your hand, unmute yourself and switch on your video. After, introduce yourself by sharing your name, designation and organization and then ask your question. You can even put your questions in the chat box we can take after the session. To start with, I would like to introduce our title partner, Endel Digital, which is an industrial software solutions provider having presence in India, Middle East, and Africa with a strong industrial lineage. Endel Digital develops deep into realm of the customized solutions by conceptualizing and delivering top of the line weighing software solutions. They offer an array of solutions catering to a wide range of industry requirements by leveraging on its domain, competence, and partnerships with reputed technology providers. Also, Endel Digital is a specialized software company focused on digitizing and optimizing material handling, production, quality control, logistic operations for large enterprises across India, Africa, and the Middle East. The solutions help organizations improve operational visibility, enhance process control, reduce manual intervention, and increase overall efficiency. This exclusive roundtable discussion will focus on how cement and RMC organizations can bridge the gap between plant operations and logistics through digital transformation. Industry leaders will explore practical strategies, real world use cases, and technology driven operations to achieve operational success, real time visibility, and integrated plant to dispatch management. Moving forward to our interesting roundtable discussion on driving operational excellence through integrated plan to dispatch management, where below pointers will be discussed. First is operational excellence through digitalization, real time visibility and decision making, integrated plan to dispatch management, raw material, order management, and inventory optimization, logistics, weigh bridge, and gate automation, and lastly, industry use cases and success stories. So, introducing our speaker who will be sharing the insights on this roundtable discussion, we have Mr. Fazle Rahman, Chief Information and Digital Officer from Max Cement, Mr. Sandeep Debroy, Head Logistics from JSW Cement, Mr. Saurabh Palsania, Joint President Strategic Sourcing from Shri Cement Limited, and Mr. Rajaraman Jha, AGM and Head Demand and Supply Planning, Ready Mix Concrete Business from Nuvoco Vistas Corp Limited. To present the keynote session, we have our keynote speaker, Mr. Jigar Shah, CEO from Endel Digital. Now, I would like to hand over to Mr. Sohil Gadani, Sales Head from Endel Digital. Kindly take it from here, Mr. Sohil.
Thank you, Mahima. Very good afternoon to everyone, and welcome to today's virtual roundtable discussion. I am Sohil Gadani, and I am handling the sales at Endel Digital Solution, and it is my pleasure to moderate this session. On behalf of entire Endel Digital family, I would like to extend a warm welcome to all of our esteemed panelists and participants. Thank you for joining us and taking the time to be a part of this very insightful session. Before we begin, I would like to add whatever the Mahima said about the Endel Digital Solution. We are a part of E-Global Group companies that has been serving the industry across India, Africa, and Middle East since over last 35 years through our wide range of digital products and customized solution. We have organized and improved the operational efficiency and accelerate the digital transformation journey. Now it is my privilege to introduce our keynote speaker, Mr. Jigar Shah, who is a co-founder and who is a CEO of Endel Digital Solutions. With over 25 years of industry experience, Mr. Jigar sir have been instrumental in driving digital transmission initiative and helping the organization to leverage the technology infrastructure, modernization, and AI to achieve business excellence. Now over to you, Jigar sir. Virtual stage is yours.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Soil. I hope I'm audible. And like Soil said, it's been a great pleasure to be here with all the guests and all my esteemed panelists. Just a quick background, been in industry for over 25 years. All these years have been into IT industry. Have worked with companies like IBM, Wipro, Microland. Before me and my co-founder Shah, we decided to get into something which is very niche, very industry focused, where we are able to work with industry segment of customer and help them into digital transformation. So that's how we have kind of structured our organization. And again, very warm welcome to everybody who has joined us virtually. Hopefully in near future, we'll be able to have such a roundtable in person as well. That's our vision right now. Now, coming to the topic of smart cement and RMC plant and how do we build them, what we do in terms of digital transformation, mainly around all the areas of cement and RMC industry. But just to set the context first, right? Like in our discussion, when we meet CEOs and plant heads and everyone, what do we see, right, as a solution provider? We see that India is currently second largest cement manufacturer production hub in the across the globe, where we do approximately 350 million plus tonnage of production per year. Now, when we're looking at this volume, right, and if we kind of map it to the loss for any unplanned outages, right, that leads it to almost 1 million metric ton per annum on the outage loss. And like when we do rough calculation and map it with the per day loss, right, it comes somewhere close to $300,000 per day loss, right? That is only for the unplanned, recent unplanned downtime. Now, when we map this with some of the digital transformation initiatives, what we have seen across industry, some of the adoption, what we have seen across industry, we have seen that most of our customers, right, they get close to like ROI of their investment in just 18 months of time frame, right? I mean, and it's not absolute 18 months, it varies between 12 to 18 months of time frame. So the saving or the ROI is not speculative, right? It's definitely there. The only thing is how fast we can reach there, correct? So the question is no more about whether we need to do transformation or not. It's more about how fast we can do transformation. Now, when we sit back in the industry, correct, what we see is, next slide, please, Sohail. Next slide, if you can. Yeah, correct. So when we look at the industry, what we kind of see, right, in industry is there are and again, this comes from our discussion with multiple customers, multiple partners, technology partner, OEMs, customers who are manufacturer or distributor of cement or RMC, people who are in the ready mix business themselves. When we meet them, right, some of these pain points, they come consistently, right? Repeatedly, we have heard about this pain point, and I'm very sure many of you would be able to relate that. In today's one of the discussion with one of our esteemed panelists, he also mentioned one thing very interesting. He said, cement industry is if I have to summarize cement industry in 2 words, it's bhav and bhada, correct? Which means at what price you are able to sell it, there is a limited margin, and at what cost you will be able to deliver it to the customer. And it's very interesting to get this perspective. And right, it's and many times you can compare it with some products which we use in market, like Parle-G, right? And we know we get Parle-G for a certain price point, and if they increase the price, the sale will drop. And I'm sure the similar pressure everybody is feeling in cement industry with regards to wafer thin margins. Second, certain criticalities on the turnaround time and the bottlenecks. You can deliver cement provided you have vehicles available, which means how fast you can deliver your material and come back will determine how efficiently you are able to maintain your bhada and power, correct? The complexities associated with dispatch. In one of the conversation we learned from a couple of, from our customer, is that for a transit mixture, right, they consider close to 90 minutes time. In that time, they have to kind of go and deliver material, otherwise it will start having quality impact, correct? Which means how quickly you are able to load your vehicle, how quickly you are able to complete your internal process and checks and validations, and how quickly you are able to send vehicle to the right location and initiate the unloading matters a lot, right? So that's where the dispatch complexity comes into the play. The volatility related to supply chain, obviously the demand and supply. How do we maintain a point-in-time inventory, just-in-time inventory? Also, most of the players or most of the partners we kind of discuss with, one feedback comes in very consistently is fragmented data, right? You have your data available in your ERP system, you have your data available in your SCADA system, then you have your data of payment transaction on Weybridge system, right? And then you have e-proof of delivery in different applications. So there are a lot of fragmented data available. However, because of fragmented data, to get the complete insight becomes a bit challenging. Certain constraint around Weybridge bottlenecks, right? How we can improve our efficiency at the Weybridge. You don't want to get stuck where Weybridge operator has gone out for a break, and because of that, vehicles are parked in a queue, right? So that's another thing. One more problem which comes out very frequently is raw material procurement gaps. You place an order to multiple vendors to get certain quantity. There are requirement to short close the order, but ensure that other vendor is able to supply it, getting the right pricing from the vendor, correct, and getting the right quantity in timely manner. These are all challenges what we have seen in industry when we as a solution provider go and talk to customers in the industry. Moving on to next slide. When we look at the cost, certain things, right, are cost status quo, correct? Which means the system, the whole logistic planning, your inventory planning, everything happens in production ERP, correct? But there is no real-time integration between ERP to my weighing system, to my logistic system, to some of the other system. The quality lab records, they work in isolation. The Weybridge software records, they stay in isolation. Your e-proof of delivery, your dispatch records, they kind of stay in isolation. Now, any system, right, having like a downtime may impact your overall cradle to grave journey, right, which means or your quarry to customer journey. And those downtimes, when somebody can say my weighbridge was down for only 2 hours, or my lab I could not process raw material testing for only 4 or 5 hours, that leads to significant losses in the overall production cycle. Correct. And at times we have also seen cases where some downtimes or response time may exceed up to 48, 72 hours. Correct. So these are some of the problems what we have seen in industry when we speak to some of our customers. Now, when we look at the, so if we can go to the next slide, yeah, the typical journey, right? And we are just trying to map the journey, saying what happens in the industry. So we look at, and these are, I mean, this is one unique industry where it has nearly 9-10 steps, right, in the process to make sure that material reaches the end customer. But in that process, every stage has some or other dependency and utilizes one or other system, IT system or automation system. So let's say, for example, when we are looking at quarries, right, how quickly I'm able to get the material out, weigh the material and send it for the crushing and milling processes, right? From there, how quickly we are able to kind of move material into raw material handling stage itself, which means whatever I get from quarry, can I just take that and send it out to the further processing, right? Manufacturing process. Then in the production process itself, how quickly we are able to do grinding, how quickly we are able to do milling, right? Am I able to track the transit loss between what I extracted out of quarry versus what I received as a raw material in the production plant? What's the transit loss? What's my turnaround time? Correct? Is my fleet operating accurately or not? So those are some of the area what we have seen happening here. Then obviously the quality lab, when you are getting a raw material, can I get integrated system where I'm able to do the testing of raw material, I'm able to have reverse traceability of the system or not. Then comes the packaging part of it, where what's my production, how much packages are done, is there like a wastage, if yes, what's the wastage, percentage of wastage or not. Then comes so that's the whole your production part, right? And then it comes the logistic and delivery part. Now when it comes to logistic and delivery part, who's sending vehicle? Is it customer's vehicle or we need to send our vehicle or not, right? So can I map it with the RFID or ANPR or not? And that's what we typically work with customer on, right? Which means when I have vehicle, I'm able to identify automatically whether this is customer's vehicle or our own vehicle. From there, it goes to the weighbridge. One should be able to kind of perform the weighment automatically. And from weighbridge, when it goes to the dispatch, I'm able to do the auto planning, which means my queue management. I'm able to manage my FIFO, right? If I have different grade of productions happening, am I able to efficiently route vehicles or not? So those are things we do. And then when my vehicle leaves the site, right, can I do the GPS tracking so that customer gets real-time visibility? And last, when it reaches the customer, can I take the feedback, right? Which means how long did it take for me to have vehicle enter my plant to take the finished good to finished good reaching the customer, right? So get real-time feedback. When customer receives the material, can I get the electronic proof of delivery available to me in real time so I know material has reached, and capture total turnaround time, have alerting mechanism. So if my total turnaround time takes more than a specific duration, I should get the alert notification, so on and so forth. And this is where we have seen that having integrated IoT-based sensors across all production asset to get the real-time OE visibility helps. Having integration between different systems like ERP, weighbridge software, your quality lab software, and providing one unified observability helps, right? Which also provides you visibility on how many vehicles are in queue, how many vehicles we are expecting for the day, how much dispatch we have planned, is there a right mapping available or not, or I'm going to fall short on the vehicle or not, right? So one unified view of all software integrated together. Then have GPS fleet tracking, and once I have all these data available to me in digital form, I'll be able to move it into AI-based analytics and further processing, and then from data we'll be able to typically get the insights. Correct? So that's like from quarry to customer, having one unified digital ecosystem helps significantly. We have seen few of our customer going through journey in stage manner, and so they are in different maturity curve, and when they move into that journey, what also helps is at every stage they are able to get the return on investment. Correct? So you are able to deliver kind of measurable outcome for all the transformation projects you are undertaking. With that, if we move to next slide, which is more focused around the ready mix itself, right? Again, this is based on our experience on ready mix business when we work with some of the leading ready mix providers like of yours in the region. What we have seen is like cement, right? Ready mix also goes through like journey, right? You get the raw material, you do the mixing of raw material, then you load the vehicle, then move vehicle into the transit, vehicle arrives at the customer's site, and you start pouring the material. The approximate time, like I said, should be around 90 minutes. That's the feedback we have received, saying it cannot be more than 90 minutes, which means from mixing to loading should get completed in less than 10 minutes. And from there to complete the payment and leaving or sending vehicle out should happen in like 20 to 60 minutes. How do I, when I'm working on such a tight time frame, how do I ensure that we're able to maintain everything, maintain uptime, maintain delivery within the speculated time frame, correct? Obviously, your process goes from batch to dispatch to track to deliver, which means when I have a batch happening, can I have integration with my ERP system? So when vehicle reaches the gate, I know that so-and-so vehicle has arrived to collect X quantity of Y grade of ready mix, which means vehicle, when it reaches the loading bay, right, my mixing is already done and it's ready for loading process or ready for discharge. Now, from that point, driver already gets the notification within that time frame stating where he has to take the vehicle, what's the condition, what's the expected time to reach, correct? Based on that, he can start the plan. My QC guy already gets the notification that vehicle is loaded, which means he needs to do a quick check of the vehicle, right? And then vehicle leaves time. So every minute in the process, I'm able to save in terms of efficiency is going to help ensure that we are able to send vehicle to end customer and start pouring in timely manner, correct? So with this, when we see that if I start integrating my batch scheduling, my mixing, right, I enable my GPS based fleet tracking, I have like customer side portal where I'm able to have like, you know, real-time ETA visible to the customer, correct? All of this kind of leads into significant time saving for the customers, right? And this, like, I have not even linked it with the raw material inward process. Moment you link it to the raw material inward process, we'll be able to have significant efficiency improvement, because we will be able to move into just in time inventory kind of a concept, correct? So that's on the RMC side. We spoke about the problem, we spoke about the journey. Now let's look at a couple of few core pillars on how it can be done. So first is how do we do connected operations, right? That's like first pillar of our transformation journey. So to have connected operation, like we can rely on IoT sensor. We have seen many customers utilizing sensors today to monitor the production process. if it's already there, it's all about how do I ingest that data and provide unified visibility and observability on top of that, right? With that, can I get real-time production visibility stage by stage, correct? Which means how much raw material we are consuming, at what speed I'm doing manufacturing, what is the output I'm expecting versus what is the output I'm getting, versus if there are any sensors which is giving me notification of potential failure, can I capture it and plan my maintenance activity during the lean period, right? So all of that can be kind of integrated. Can I digitalize my lab? So if I have to kind of do reverse traceability, correct, can I do that? Which means if I get customer complaint after a month or 2 months or 6 months time frame, will I be able to get the reverse traceability in less than 10 seconds to say during this batch manufacturing what happened? Correct? Was there a problem with temperature which we had to fix? Was there a problem with raw material which we had to fix? Was there any parameter in our testing which was not aligned? Right, so you'll be able to kind of in less than 10 seconds, can I get the complete reverse traceability? That would be one of the important element. And live tracking of all the operational equipments, the power consumption, the motor utilization, the raw material utilization, equipment health. Can I pull that data and provide input to my maintenance team so that they can plan maintenance, not just schedule maintenance saying every fortnight I need to perform this, rather it will tell them when exactly they need to perform the maintenance, correct? And that would look back again into my production cycle, because if I say I need to do maintenance fortnight, and if that time based on my production cycle, if I'm expecting maximum throughput, then that's the wrong time to select, right? So the integrated system connected operation will provide that kind of an insight. From there, if you go to the next pillar, which is on the smart logistic, right? So which means, can I get, so once production is done, when my vehicle is outside, can I get GPS visibility, right? Now, you have command center where you can get visibility, but can I extend it to my sales team? Can I extend that to my customer also? Which means, can I have a customer portal where I'm able to show them where is the material, correct? So those are things which can be integrated. Can I do fuel analytics, which means how much fuel we are consuming, what is my fleet cost? This is more important for company-owned vehicles. We have customers who own like 150, 200 vehicles, and they manage their own dispatch. It becomes extremely crucial for them to understand what's my fuel consumption. Is vehicle sitting in idling state for way too long, correct? So that's how, like, by implementing smart logistics solution, by connecting vehicle with GPS, with the fuel sensors, fuel level monitor, fuel dispense monitor, right? We are able to have at least 20-25% cost reduction is what we have seen in industry at this moment. If you look at the third approach, which is more around digital dispatch, correct? Can I do my, I mean, this is more around having not just ERP system, but having ERP system integrated with my vendor system, integrated with my e-commerce or purchase management portal, correct? So which means if I have all these systems integrated, I'll be able to do automated order prioritization. I'll be able to do slot planning. So can we do that? Of course we can. Can I digitalize my weighbridge operation, which means I'm not having any operator dependency to capture weight. What we're expecting is, moment my vendor or customer initiate the vehicle movement, right? Vehicle will reach my plant gate. I know which vehicle has come in from which vendor or from which customer. Automatically that vehicle will reach my weighbridge. I'll be able to capture what is the tare weight, because I already got the records available. We capture the weight, we immediately push vehicle outside. So can I complete my weighment operation in less than a minute? Can I complete that in 30 seconds, right? That's the limit we have seen customer pushing themselves to, because every minute they save helps in the delivery and quality maintenance. After that, can I provide real-time customer ETA, which means my loading is done, I know vehicle is ready to depart. Can I provide ETA to my customer, which means my end customer can stay prepared to receive vehicle and initiate the boarding process, correct? And any proactive alert on the exception, which means Like even if I look at example of Weighbridge, all my past transactions were happening at around 40 ton, and then suddenly if I get 42 ton, system should give me alert saying there's some exception, right? Vehicle should complete loading process in, let's say, 10 minutes. If it's taking more than 10 minutes, I should get the notification. So can I implement all of that? And when we do that, we have seen a lot of customer, they get significant improvement on the dispatch process. With that, if we go to the last block, right, which is around AI-driven decision making, and while this is a buzzword, I'm assuming most of you would be going through this journey and in different phases of maturity curve. One of the most important thing to get into AI driven decisions is getting digital form of data first, right? Which means I need to have connected systems so that I'm able to run my AI models and get insights out of it, right? And once we have all the connected systems available, obviously we'll be able to do predictive maintenance, detect failures much ahead, and then based on my logistic plan, based on my production plan, I'll be able to tell maintenance department when to perform maintenance of that specific device or specific equipment, right? And that can be done through AI, obviously. Can I do demand forecasting? Correct. Can I do my production run planning? Is it possible to provide insight to a command center where they are in real time, they are able to predict where will I have shortfall on the raw material, correct? Or can I predict that where will I have shortfall on the available vehicles, correct? So those are the things which we have seen can be driven by AI. But one of the most prominent use case right now, what we understand, and this is the voice of customer we have seen, is AI should help reduce the maintenance cost by giving signal on when to perform maintenance on any equipment, right? And our estimation is that it should save kind of 44% of maintenance cost if you are able to kind of enable system with AI and perform AI-based decision making. Obviously, some fair estimation on the phased approach. So when we are performing this, we can't perform everything in day one or go live, have full big bang approach. So the idea is you go in a phased manner so that you are able to have ROI getting you achieve ROI much earlier in the stage. Set the foundation layer, correct, which is your 0 to 6 months of journey, where if not, digitalize the Weighbridge operation. Then do the gate and access management, which means I know which vendor or which customer is sending which vehicles, and I'm able to have gate in, gate out digitalized completely. Establish basic IoT connectivity. Most of the plants are running on SCADA today. So pull data out of SCADA systems and have your unified observability layer so that you are not looking at different SCADA and looking at only point in time statistics. You are able to do historical data analysis, correct? So have that basic IoT connectivity and connect your Weighbridge, connect your gate management system with ERP systems, correct? So that you are able to push in data to different systems in real time. Once foundation is strong, then we put the intelligence layer on top of it, which means I'm able to monitor my fleet in real time. I'm able to monitor traffic conditions in real time, and I'm able to send signal on route optimization, right? Then you go to advanced analytics, and then you go to lab and quality digitalization. We have customers who are from like RMC industry. They have to do like concrete block brick testing, right? Can I digitalize that? All raw material they receive in the plant in cement industry, they do a sample testing. Can I digitalize that? So by digitalizing it, you have set foundation layer at the operations layer. You are digitalizing some of the supportive function. So you build the intelligence layer, and then after running the system for 12, 18 months, then you get into the predictive side of the AI adoption, right? Can I do the digital twin? Can I do real-time command center? Can I do AI-based forecasting? Now, when we say it's about 18 months, we have seen cases where customer is able to reach this stage in 12 months time frame also, because they are in different stages or different phases of digitalization. And like I said earlier, right? Question now for most of the organization, what we come across is not about whether we need to do transformation or not. It's more about how fast and how quickly I can start and complete the transformation. So that's where we typically take this phased approach, and we have seen it working significantly well. When we talk about all of this, just a few words on what we have been doing as an organization. We introduce ourselves. We are founded in 2019, recognized by GUSEC, recognized by Startup India initiative. We work very closely with cement industry customer, RMC industry customer, mining industry customers, and steel industry customers. And we have kind of created modules, right? Using which we help our customer into digital transformation. So we have a module called True Pilot, where we can provide complete plant information management system to the customer. We have module for weighbridge automation, we call it Waymust. Then we have gate access management, we call it Gate 1. So this has the vendor portal, customer portal, queue management, everything. For laboratory and testing, we have LabMass system, where we are able to do raw material sample testing, finished good testing, retention testing, even certain places where customer they do a lot of R&D. We utilize LabMass for managing the complete R&D process. Followed by Fleet AI, where we take care of fleet and dispatch management, and Manufact, where all the batch process and every step involved in batch management is kind of integrated into Manufact. And this is where we do integration with the IoT platforms as well. We've been working with some of the global 500 plus customers across India, Middle East, certain European continent, and African continents. So that's about Endel Digital. Been there, done that repetitively. And if I have to kind of summarize everything into a few key takeaways, right? We strongly feel, based on our interaction with CEOs, plant heads, R&D heads, the operations manager, the logistic managers, and everyone, what we have realized is the inflection point, right, it's now. It's not a couple of years or few years down the road. The data what you're collecting in silos is the most underutilized assets we have currently. We need to move into a place where we move away from Excels, we move away from manual worksheets and everything, convert everything into a form of digital asset, and then start capitalizing that. We can start working with the highest ROI, lowest risk initiatives, and this is not something what we have seen getting pushed by IT. We have seen this is coming more from the business side of it. So this is not like any other digital transformation project where IT is initiating the transformation. This is where business are demanding it. And with that, if I have to summarize, I think people who will digitalize their complete operation end to end will have edge, right? And I mean, the growth won't be only or getting the competitive advantage won't be only by doing the multifold expansion. It will come from the digital intelligence we kind of gain from integrated system. With that, I would like to conclude my keynote presentation and hand it over back to Sohail for our next agenda.
Yeah, thank you very much, sir, for this insightful session. Mahima, I think you can take it over.
Yes, thank you, Soil. Thank you, Mr. Jigar, for such a lovely session. So let's move on to our interesting roundtable discussion. But firstly, I would like to invite Mr. Raja Raman Jha, who is the AGM and Head Demand and Supply Planning, Ready Mix Concrete Business from Nuvoco Vistas Corp Limited. Over to you, Mr. Raja.
Hi, thank you. And thanks to Jigar for giving us the end-to-end solution provider and everything in a supply chain ecosystem, the product you have. Uh, the industry is looking for such kind of solution. Precisely, I can tell this. So, what the smart ecosystem in a supply chain, particularly for the manufacturing scale industry like a cement, we do require end-to-end supply chain integration. As you have shown in your presentation, starting from the query to the end customers. So just that definitely we are looking after as a smart solution. Very correct. We have, this. What I can say in a problem statement in the ecosystem that the functions are work in a silo. We do have a data, but that is not integrated. So a smart solution, what is my take in this is that, and I hope my fellow colleagues from the industry will also agree on this, that all the data we are taking that should be enabled for the decision making, which is the faster and also the better execution discipline. That is the first most important thing. Now coming to the specific to the challenges the cement and RMC industry is facing, very correct. We have the some internal challenges where our plant is set up, where our warehouses are in the setup. We are not as much agile as the FMCG or more the the supply chain big giants like Amazon are taking the warehouse management system. Gradually, we are progressing in this, but automation is very important, particularly in the cement industry. What I feel. Largely at the plant operations are integrated and there is an automation, there is an digitalization work is progress, but particularly if you look at the warehousing and the railway siding where we are handling our products, so there isn't a big scope of automation. Still, the manual labor dependency is there. Cut and turns are getting there. We don't have the conveyor belts where we can, the optimize, things. Like you have rightly cited, can we do the wave design in a 30 second? So can I set a target that I can unload my full truck, full, rake consignment without paying any damage? And let's say that delta I can use for the, investment as in a good cost for the increasing my efficiency. Similarly, if we talk about in the ready mix industry, it's an MTO industry, make to order industry. So every single piece of information is starting from the customer order to availability of your raw material, the quality testing, and the transit mixes optimization in route, and as well as the unloading of the transit mixer is equally important. So these are the things are very important in our the in our supply system, supply chain or ecosystem of the cement and ready mix is very important. One aspect I would like to highlight that particularly in a scale industry like a cement and ready mix, we are largely dependent on the small fleet owners and transporters. And you very well said that the in your presentation that we should come from the the phone coordination to the app based coordination, and I feel now it is possible. We are in. I am in Mumbai, and many of times, my wife is ordering the Snapbit, and the one small female is coming, and she is taking everything on the app. So I just correlated one time. One of the weekend I was there that if she can use, my drivers can also can use. Earlier, that leg of information that is the very important set of information, fragmented information we have from the drivers that the small transport is unable to to get the data. So now it is possible because now the we have there is no language barrier nowadays that the app can be developed in the regional language. They can get the prompts in their own regional languages. Now we are getting the running commentaries of the cricket is also in several languages. So languages so far is not a big barrier. So any drivers can be use it. So if we make in a driver friendly ecosystem where we can record the data, which can be very crucial for the in our supply chain. That will be definitely a good thing. The last thing I would like to say that as an industry leader, as a supply chain leader, we always able to understand to differentiate two things. What is the good cost and what is the bad cost? The good cost, I always tell that if anything that will improve my efficiency and give a sustainable result in my ecosystem, that as an industry leader, we must take on this. And if anything, I am putting my money, the counter the inefficiency, the bad planning, delay decisions, that we should avoid. So these two things is very important. We should always go for the good cost, which gives us a sustainable solution. We should definitely go for it. And if we are able to make, that will definitely make a smart solutions for across the cement and ready mix business. That is my take. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr.
That's
Raja.
really insightful. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Yes. So next we have Mr. Sandeep Debroy, who is a head logistic from JSW Cement, to share his insight for the discussion. Over to you, Mr. Sandeep.
Yeah, so yeah, very good evening. Some sounds maybe. Am I audible?
Actually, your voice is getting echoed. Mr. Sandeep, I think you have logged in from two devices. You need to log out from one, so the audio will be clear.
Okay. Just a second.
Mr. Sandeep, you can start.
I think we.
Yes, now it's audible.
Yes, Sandeep.
Yeah, very sorry. Very sorry. Thanks a lot. What Mr. Jigar and Mr. Raja told about the present scenario, it's totally agreeable. The things, yes, of course, this is the present scenario of the industry. So I believe it's one of the most important conversation our sector can have today, and that we are in a business of cement and a product that has built our civilization. So. Digital transformation is no longer a future strategy. It is it's today's competitive battlefield, and in logistics and dispatch, means it's all about the how we make faster the final most visible promise we make to our every customer. It is now or never. So let us begin at the heart of it all. That's the plant itself. And 87% of cement producers are now prioritizing digital initiatives, and the result speaks for themselves. And of course, the early adopters of smart plant technologies are reporting 40 to 60% less unplanned downtime. So the faster we adapt the digitization in the logistics, in the dispatches, or in the RMCs, that is the smart move for that particular cement industry. Here is the rare insight most people miss about RMC. This is unlike bulk dispatches. RMC has a brutal time constraint. So concrete begins to set within 90 minutes of batching. So every minute of a delay is product loss. So digital dispatch platform that integrate batch plant data or truck drum rotation monitoring, real-time GPS. These are the essential part of our now in RMC dispatches in cement industry. So
Mr. Sandeep, sorry to interrupt. Can we have your video on as well?
actually, I have some connectivity issue, so that's why I just switch off my video.
Oh, okay, no worries, no
Yeah,
worries.
so that's right. That's right. So this point is close to my heart because it's address a trap of many of the means achieving a real-time operational visibility. So when I started or we started our career at that moment we started with our ERP system. So we invested in our ERP. Even we went live, we celebrated, and then we discovered that ERP alone tells us what happened, not what is happening right now. So the disconnect in cement companies today is that they have too many applications, but there are critical gaps because existing solution are broad based and not custom built for the requirement. So the solution lies in creating a unified data backbone for accurate and reliable enterprises data. So from qualifying and raw material procurement to production, inventory, quality control, and then distribution. So 70 or 70, 75, 80% of the organization reported improved productivity after moving beyond basic ERP to unified real-time system, driven by unified data access, automated routine tasks, and reduced time spent, reconciliation disconnected systems also. So the plant manager today should be able to open a mobile dashboard and see in real time what is my the production, what is my procurement level, silo level, the trucks are in the queue at the gate or the pending dispatches report, and the customer delivery status. So all one screen, so no phone calls, no waiting for the monitoring report. This is what beyond ERP means, and that's capability means today we have to build now. So operation excellence through digitization is more important nowadays. So it's not a destination, it is a daily discipline now, made infinitely easier with the digital tools. Uh, Machine learning models today predict all of in our operational means in our inside the plant itself in the kiln operation or what is my silo stock, uh, the failures, the OEE. Here is operational excellence metric that really gets discussed in presentation. That is the overall equipment effectiveness that is also monitored. So all these are mainly nowadays is very important. So digitization doesn't just improve efficiency, it makes excellence repeatedly measurable and sustainable. So this is where digital transformation delivers its most visible impact, and where most cement plants still have their biggest gap. In what I have learned in one of my one the in a newspaper I read in 2025, 48% of cement digital project target supply chain visibility. Now supply chain, the faster supply chain, the faster delivery to the customer. So more happy customer will give you more orders. So now the plants running end-to-end digital supply chain reports 50 to 20% reduction in the logistic costs also, and 25% fewer stock outs, 30% faster order delivery cycles. So all improves. And in a thin margin business like cement, 2 to 4 days is not just a delivery delay; it's a cash flow delay also. So as a logistician or in a plant operation, it's more important to deliver on time. So we are looking into the OET, the TAT, and it is customer trust erosion. It's a competitive disadvantage accumulated silently every single day when orders it's not fulfilled. So basically, the transformation is needed for the total function at the plant operation, and something that sits at the very entry level and exit of every cement plant. That is often the most chaotic, rot thrown and paper heavy operation we run, the weighbridge and the gate. Now, cement plants running manual dispatches system average of means 50 to 55 minutes per truck turnout. So World-class operation with integrated web-based automation and digital scheduling, achieving that time from 45 or 50 minutes to 15 to 20 minutes. So that is not a small improvement across hundreds of daily truck movements. That difference translate to dramatically higher throughput. and the faster delivery. So mainly, we are thinking about how the truck is weighed automatically, loaded, digitally signed off, and exists through the control barriers with a complete digital dispatch, sleep generated at every step. So everybody is now they are doing. So this digitization is more important. Basically, this is the now the in this area common scenario that is much needed. So we are not here to means to debate whether digital information is a necessary. That debate is over now. The only question is left: how fast we are moving. What Mr. Shah and Mr. Raja told, that how fast are we moving, and are we moving together? The cement industry built the foundation of the modern world now. So it is to build a digital foundation of our own operation. So smart plants, intelligent procurement, real-time visibility, automated gates, data-driven decision, uh, from query to the customer, how we connect the customer and in very transparent manner. So these are main the companies that in the next decade in cement will not be defined by the size of their kilns. They will be defined by the intelligence of their operation and how they are using their AI tools. So what I thought. So this is all about for my side.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. This was really insightful.
Thank
And
you. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
I mean, it's great to hear that we all are echoing the same sentiment right now.
Exactly.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sandeep.
Thanks.
Next, we have Mr. Fazle Rahman, Chief Information and Digital Officer from Max Cement, Green Valley Industries, to share his insights. Over to you, Mr. Rahman.
Uh, Hi, very good afternoon. So yeah, so I thought I'll be listening to everyone and then I'll be giving my 2 cents because all I are already. I was waiting for Mr. Saurabh from Senate to say because he's one of the giant I know, and I have a privilege. I had privilege in my previous experience to working with him as well. So yeah, so I was going through each and all the three of my colleagues talking about even along with Mr. Jigar about this how and Vada thing and loading efficiency thing, and some Mr. Sandeep is so how much was statistical about 80% of the cement producing of the digital, they are going to digital. My point was what I see. Uh, Let me say how I have gone into this. How I see this is in a heavy industry landscape. Like we often uh, look at sourcing, plant operation, logistics, and as a separate piece of puzzles. We have as an industry, when we are not into IT, when we are into any in own functions, we see these are separate piece of puzzles, and in those individual pieces lies a very complicated nature of pieces. Sub pieces are there, but point is when you see a total ecosystem of things running, we miss that connective tissue. Like for example, in all this discussion, we if you see, the most important part is why we are doing all this. We are doing all this just due to the financial impact, right? So in every step there's a financial impact. Like even logistic, a transporter is submitting a bill, like for example, right? So how can we make and we know in the transporter world, when we are talking about RMC or my cement, mostly in this or my steel industry, we don't work in a very structured format of dealing with this transportation industry. We have various kind of companies have adopted various things. Some company have their some major stake in their own dedicated fleets. They're having their own fleet. Some companies are having fully dependent on open market fleet. Some are dependent on having a mix of own registered transporters bringing in some fleets. So and some are having mix of things. So what is the thing that will help us uh, making the turnaround time? Why? Because when in any company, in an organization where the plant has been located, we are bound by how many fleets are available in that region. Because I'm starting with a note with how critical with the logistics digital imprint is. So how do we see that? So let's say in a place X, like maybe in Odisha, or maybe in Meghalaya, or any place, or in South, anywhere, that plant or that warehouse is having a limited number of transporters, limited number of fleets available in that area vicinity. So let's say there are 500 trucks are there, and 3 transporters. So and there are players of the same cement industry or RMC are like more than 10, 20, 15, or maybe 8, 9, 10, something like that are there. How now the race is who will get the bigger chunk of the fleet for their dispatches, and how a company will achieve that. The one who is capable of building a humongous data set, this of all 500 fleet owners with their truck drivers, with their truck numbers, and those transporters working for them, they have that data, and they are connected with having a service like maybe that Wheels Eye is a target aggregator kind of thing, who has already made the painstaking collection of all those fleet with the digital footprint, and somebody making a platform, which is when they are trying to trigger if any empty vehicle available in the vicinity, this system should let them know, yeah, there is a vehicle available there returning from this plant to this plant, and we can have it that for them. Because how they would know? Because they are also integrated with somewhere. So what will happen is the time what when a order has been placed from a customer, the time it takes to find the right of fleet, right size of vehicle to send a FTL so that we can have maximum output from that particular freight that we'll be paying for the full truckload. So if you send a partial truckload, then we'll be making a loss. So how to do that? So maybe when the customer places an order, immediately looking at the destination where it should be going, there should be a system which we are building anyway. So I have in my past also I have worked like that for my previous organizations. So where the system will be helping in finding, is there any truck with a registered number having a registration of that area, so and it is available right now in the vicinity, then that vehicle will be having most higher probability of going to that direction. Normally, let's say my plant is at Gurgaon, and my customer location is Delhi Najafgarh, and I have to send a vehicle from Gurgaon to Delhi Najafgarh, but the vehicle is registered something towards, let's say, Hisar or something somewhere like that, and in the vicinity I find that vehicle, and even if I find that and that's not a registered vehicle with me, neither might be my transporters, and I try to ping him, what will happen? There will be 60 to 70% chances that the truck driver would be saying, no, I won't be going because I'm in a different route. I don't want to go there. But if we have that address, the DL, and also that if I have the DL number of the driver, then it will make more helpful. The DL will give me the address with the API fetch and address, and this RC will give me the address where the vehicle is registered. And if both matches and my also order location matches, will get instantly without any help of any aggregator or maybe with any transporter which not having those vehicles available, my order can be booked for that. So now understanding why I make this a point to start as a starting note. So this is where we are missing the point, how to use digital. It's not about putting AI and putting all the data centrally, everything. That's not the target. That won't give money to anyone. Me being the IT guy, so still then I don't believe that bringing everything in one platform, or maybe bringing everything in one, making a symphony out of a thing. The ROI, we'll be investing. That's a good thing. I don't think that's a bad thing. That's a good thing. But is that our pain area to solve now? When we start solving our pain areas, like I'm unable to, let's say a customer, like me as a cement player, I have a plain area. I'm not finding right size of vehicle at right time when I need them. Is that the pain area? Then if I work upon my weighbridge automation, or maybe I work upon my plant automation, that won't serve the purpose. That won't give me the ROI. And that won't even give the confidence to the board that this technology investment is going to solve any of this. It's just a herd mentality that everyone is doing, so I'll be also doing it. So why I'm saying, why I wanted to say is, we need to understand the business, where the business is feeling the pain, and then we have to find out the right fair solution, and then building around solution around it. Now, first, once we have solved all the pain areas, there comes the delight part. Like, let's say when we say customer visibility, or so there is one part I mostly like to say is, I like to say transporter visibility is much more important for me than a customer visibility. Why? So because the customer visibility gives that customer, when after places an order, he can see in his DMS that where is the vehicle is there. And that's good. He will be less asking question to the CRM guys, ki, where is my vehicle, where is my vehicle, where is my vehicle. That will be only the one thing that will be doing. But this won't serve that the vehicle has reached on time. To make that happen, because the guy who's driving the truck is not under our control. He's on the road. So somebody has to be at back of him to make that vehicle reach at right time. How to do that? If your customer is, that is in that time, the vendor, which is the transporter, becomes a customer to give a delight to him, that if he is able to see where the vehicle is, how much he has take on it. Let's say when the trip starts, the transporter knows what amount of money is going to get from it, and what amount he has given to the driver in advance, and the vehicle is not on time, and the system is giving some kind of gamification that if he makes the vehicle reach on time to the customer, then he will be getting some points, and that point will maybe converted something and something. So maybe like that. So when that happens, then this transporter becomes our customer for the delight part. So if we show him in a platform that you are also integrated part of me, you can place orders, you can place these LRs in my system itself, a connected system, and this system will also give him point once he places vehicle as fast as he can, then he gets more points, he gets more priority of getting orders assigned to him. And then he also sees where the vehicle is, and if the vehicle is delaying or diverting from this geofencing or something, then what will happen is, what he does, he tries to push the driver from his own side. It's not that we will be pushing the driver, he will be pushing his own driver to make the driver reach to our customer, which is our goal. He makes our goal as his own goal because he has a stake on it, and then the customer gets the delight. It's not about if customer even he sees the traceability of the vehicle, but the vehicle has to reach in 8 hours and it reaches in 24 hours. That doesn't give any sense to it. Even for me, if Amazon says it is going to arrive from 12 to 9 p.m. and the delivery guy doesn't show up, and he comes up next day, I get furiated. I just cancel the order. So how can we expect my customer would be feeling happy just by showing him where the vehicle is? See, I have given you the vehicle visibility. Will he be happy? No, he won't be happy. Why would he be happy? His customer has gone from his own hand, and his customer has gone to somebody else because he has lost the order. Why you would give the order? He will cancel the order to us. So it's a chain cycle going on. So at every stage, and when it comes to that, to make this happen, transporter life cycle faster, we have to also see how transporter will be willing to place more vehicles to us rather than to our competitors. How can he do that? If his payment cycle, because we know very well the transporters are in kacha paisa, right? It's like always in a cash business. Like transportation line is a cash business. And they have to give the cash to the drivers, and they have, once the vehicle reaches, then there's an issue. The transporter gets his finance, all his money is stuck, and this finance team needs some time to clarification what happened, give me the bills and all these. So there comes the EPOD part. But EPOD part only helps if we see is the confirmation of the delivery. But if that is connected to the payment cycle of the transporter, then payment cycle of the transporter reduces. Once it reduces cycle, because for example, we made a system, although I have made it in my past. So I'm saying if we try to replicate that, if we made a system, when the vehicle dispatches from the plant, the moment it delivers and EPOD confirmation happens, and EPOD confirmation needs a various kinds of option, because we need to understand we are working in India, having diversified kind of regions where somewhere there might not be internet, or maybe we work in a cement industry. If you're talking in cement industry, how it happens, most of the time the sold to party is not the receiving party, it's the shipped to party who is receiving. And the shipped party, if it's a sub dealer, maybe not be, he is also not receiving it. So he might be asking the driver to step ahead, go 15 kilometers far, deliver there. So the receiver is not the guy who has to confirm I have received the order. So EPOD concept fails there. So how do you address that? So there we forget one partner, that is driver, where somebody, I think someone was already talking about the driver. I think Raja Raman was talking about or maybe Sandeep was talking about the drivers having a smart connector. So let's say we have a driver, we give him both the options of maybe in driver Sathi or driver app kind of thing, or maybe in a WhatsApp text, in a text base or in WhatsApp base. Once he receives, when he delivers, and he sends some confirmation, and that confirmation goes to the dealer, the guy who is the actual payer of the order, and he confirms back over phone to the party who has to receive. Once he confirms that, he gives an OTP based. He gets an OTP. That OTP is entered in that same WhatsApp, and driver gets a confirmation in the real time. Maybe OTP can be WhatsApp based, OTP can be SMS based. So the EPOD works very faster. The moment, and I'm coming back to my first point, once the EPOD happens faster, what will happen? What will happen is we can make out a system where the transporter bill processing is initiated automatically by that time. How? Because in SAP, this data has been pushed directly to SAP ERP system. That ERP system three-way matches. That yes, this order was there, yes, order was there, this quantity was there, yes, this quantity was there, this driver was there, yes, this driver was there, this transporter was there, yes, this transporter was there. So this value is matching, three-way matching, and it will go through like in WhatsApp based command to the finance guy, yeah, or logistics accounting guy, and the moment he verifies that, the payment processing started. So if the payment processing has been reduced down from current, as of I know, like the efficient ones are something around in 7 to 10 days kind of thing, and there are some industries which are working it's still in 2 to 3 months kind of payment cycle. If you reduce them to like 2 to 3 days or 1 day or maybe 24 hours or something like that, this transporter would be enabled to come to a table, or the logistics in charge, the PLH and of the company or the logistic head of the group, they will be enabled to come to a table to discuss with the transporter. If we are paying you such faster rates, maybe we can negotiate on that freight percentage reduction, because anyway they had to wait for 2 months or maybe 1 month. If that would convert to the interest rate of the bank, if they would have put that money in the bank, they would have got some percentage there. So let's divide in 50-50. You get 2%, I get 2%. The company can benefit even there. I don't know. I'm just thinking hypothetically if that can be discussed or not, because I'm not the part of logistics. I they know the much better position than me. But I'm just saying, if somebody offers me, if I have given a loan to somebody else and in some services to somebody else, and they say ki, the moment the day you give the service, I'll give you payment by that same evening. How much percentage you'd like to reduce in your service cost? I would say, bhai, okay, earlier you used to give me in 3 months, and now you're saying the 24 hours. Obviously, I can reduce down to let's say like 5%, 3%, 4%, whatever that, and you can have the rest. So in that way, that's a win-win situation for both of us. Now, this is where I'm saying connected technology is helping us. So, yeah, I would like to say more and more. This is one of my favorite topics. So I would rest my case here. If anybody has question, I'm open. I'm happy to answer them, and I would really like to hear from everyone else. Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Fazil. It was really insightful, and you touched the nerve, right, of logistics issue and how it can be optimized. Thank you so much for your time today. Yeah,
Thank you, Mr. Rahman. Lastly, we have with us Mr. Saurabh Palsania, who is the Joint President, Strategic Sourcing from Shree Cement Limited. Over to you, Mr. Saurabh.
So, Hi, good evening, friends and Jigar. And I think firstly also I know here. And I just wanted to put in
Good
few.
evening. Your blessings required, sir.
So, I mean, since I'll just say that in its organized cement organization, there are few things which are to be made smarter. Say the most important cost is cost of sales realization. Second is logistics and raw material planning according to that. And last but not least is how to make the production smarter. Now, I mean, there was fuzzy logic system a few years back, and then now there are a number of new softwares there that are coming up, whether within India or from Europe also, where you can know various parameters. You can learn from the history, and the operator can also learn from the history and take corrective actions to get the optimum production. So that is, you can say, presently very. I mean, it's at an early stage of implementation in India, but then yeah, sales realization, like what I can say that we introduced Blue Yonder in Sri, and we have started from SNOP, where we can do demand forecasting and accordingly plan for say right plant to dispatch the material to get the best realization according to the production planning. And secondly, raw material planning is also being done based on the products that are planned to be produced, and similarly the plant which is selected to be giving the best realization because of the nearness to the say customer. And then definitely the whenever analysis planning is being done, it is being done based on the delivered cost. So our experience with Blue Yonder is that that planning becomes easy and it is controlled at a single point. Instead of every department doing its own planning, all inputs are gathered, and based on the delivered cost also and the best realization also and the raw material cost also, it is being projected how much is to be sold and where is to be sold and from which plant it is to be sold. So that is one of the factors which is making the system more smarter and also taking less time to evaluate, and duplicacy of say evaluation at every function end is also reduced, and it is very transparent system. So that is what now we are moving to the order management system, that is transport management system, which talks about planning of say from you can say order to the delivery, and that is being done presently also, but in a segregated, you can say, different platforms. So it will be brought to a same platform where it will be more transparent. And fortunately, I could get this opportunity in my last organization to implement this. And yeah, I mean, I could find that first it is better to implement the transport or order management system and then to go in for SNOP, because you can correct all the nuisances which are there, especially at the plant levels where it is not very clear that what are the limitations at each plant. We have got 17 units across India, so every plant has different challenges. So maybe some plants are not infrastructurally developed. They require separate silos. They may require more packer machines. They may require better, say, the logistics within the plant to move that much of cement. So there are, I mean, all these can be sorted out once you, implement order to management system and come to know that these are the constraints in each plant. So that makes it easier to allocate, get the maximum benefit out of your overall sales, maximum benefit out of your, capacity utilization of each of your plants, and then that visibility of trucks available across the say states and districts. And secondly, most important is to catch the truck while it is on the road. Once otherwise you wait for the truck to come to your plant, and then you book the order. But since what we have done is that we have say selected transporters who are sitting in the plant, and they can do bidding online after every 1 hour for new routes, whatever orders are there in the kitty of that particular plant. And they, even if their truck is, say, let's say 6 hours or say 300 kilometers away from our plant, then also they can bid in that particular order, subject to it that their truck is there in the plant before the order is being placed. So you are catching those trucks on the while they are in the market, and that reduces the challenge of not getting the trucks in time. So once the truck is there and it is directly sent to the truck loader to load the cement, and it gets higher number of trips. That is the biggest advantage. So that system, I think we implemented in one of my previous organization and got the benefits. And now shortly it will be implemented here in Sri also in next 3 to 4 months. Another advantage is that when you do a raw material planning, maybe that you plan it for the month, and at the end of the month you find, or maybe after a fortnight, you find that you will not be able to dispatch that much quantum because of lesser orders or whatever. Maybe that you have planned for 1 lakh ton of 1 lakh ton of finished goods, and you started procuring raw material from best of your say costliest sources right from first of the month. But at the end of the month, you find that instead of 1 lakh ton, you dispatched only 70,000 tons from that plant, but you procured the highest cost material, and that means that the outflow on the say raw material cost was too high. While if you have planned for every 10 days bucket, you might have not procured from the costliest source. So that is also what we can get out of this SNOP or TMS software of one of the suppliers that we have implemented. So these are the major, say, benefits that you can get, where the time of the people is also saved, and you also get the best output or best realization and lowest cost procurement for raw material, as well as availability of truck all the time for your plant. So one of the now important here it is to say that when you can make the plant smarter by bringing more digitization to that to the platform, to the execution and to the practice. But more important is that are you learning out of it after every month? Is there anybody else who is analyzing the data and coming out of after analyzing some data, coming out of with various other options that we missed the last month? So that is the biggest challenge that presently we have, because it is not only this particular platform that is being implemented, say SNOP or say TMS that is being implemented. There are many other digitization platforms being implemented across any cement organization, maybe in sales, maybe in procurement, maybe in finance. But we now lack that there is a team of, let's say, 5 persons or 2 persons to take care of that particular software, analyze the data that is being collected in the system, and come out with, say, various other timely actions that should have been taken during the month, but missed because the data was not analyzed at all. So you have a lot of data now into your system, but timely analysis and taking action is very important, which somehow I feel that there should be, how to do it on a day-to-day basis to analyze also, or that if AI can help in that to analyze and put across that, say, top 5 highlighters that this would have made the last day better, or that this will make the coming day better in terms of decision making or in terms of saving the cost. That is what is missing today. At least I feel it within across cement organization, it is missing. Maybe that some other organizations are doing better, but analysis of the captured data is very important. whether through AI or otherwise, which can provide hourly or what, so let us say daily or maybe 12 hourly analysis that what you missed and where where you could have done better. So this is all with me, Jigar.
Thank you, Saurabh, sir. Thank you very much. As always, very insightful. Really appreciate you taking out time today and participating with us.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks.
Yes, thank you, sir. We have yes, Mema. Anyone else is there, or we can take questions?
Yes, we can go ahead with the questions.
Okay, sure. So we have one is we approve vendors in ERP, raise POs in ERP, but the moment of truck leaves the vendor's yard, we are blind. No live status, no material tracking, no way to hold anyone accountable until the dispute has already happened. Right. So how are you currently managing vendor performance beyond the purchase order? So I think anyone of our speaker can highlight this point. So it will be very helpful to our audience.
And this was
I can,
yes. Go ahead,
I,
Faisal.
see, if vendors, I believe if I understand your question rightly, you are saying once you have placed the order to your vendor, and you don't know, or once the vendor has said, yeah, I have dispatched this material, and you don't have any visibility after that, what's happening to that? Am I right? If I'm so I'm going ahead with this.
Yes, this one.
So fine. So there are two things. I understand with this from this question that you still have not adopted the practice of ASN, which is called Advanced Shipping Note Process. What is ASN is if you are working with SAP or any kind of ERP, I think all the prominent ERPs have this ASN concept. What this ASN is, you have an IDOC system. Again, I'm very sorry, I'm going to use some technical words because you have asked some digital solution for it. I'm using some technical words. So IDOC system, let you understand. Let's say this is a kind of digital postman kind of post office, right? So one person is sending some data, and there is a letter which there are information written and it's stored in somewhere, some in the post office box, and somebody comes and picks up those post office letter. Kind of understand this. So that's called IDOC. So these kind of IDOC systems are used to keep your ERP separate from their ERP or any kind of thing they are using, so that you don't allow their any kind of system virus or something like that to get into your system, to keep a separate pathway, and so that you use this kind of method. So what happens is you give them a particular template or particular form. Once you have readied, or you are ready for the dispatch of your material, they give you information with the, let's say, PO number, line item number. Let's say you have ordered 5,000 pieces, one in PO 5 items, and one item was 5,000 pieces, and they are sending like 200 pieces out of it. So example, I'm taking an example. And from line number 2, they are sending out of 30 items, they are sending 2 items out of it. So what's happening is they will be saying, against that PO, I'm sending this line item number, and with this much quantity, your material code is this, my material code is this, and on this, in this vehicle number, and this is the driver, and his driver number is this. Getting what? If this information, if you are able to ask them to capture and send, what you can do is, through IDOC system, you can transfer this information to your SAP system or your ERP system or any intermediary first landing layer of application. From there, you can do two things. One, you create an ASN in your ERP, that is Advanced Shipping Note, which will be created against, it's like a pre-intimation order against delivery confirmation against your PO number, and you can have two things out of it, because you don't know that truck has a GPS system or not, because you want to track, right? That was a ask for you. You don't know that truck has a GPS system or not. You can use telemetry systems like tracking the mobile numbers, that most of the SIM-based tracking system are available. There are APIs are there are aggregators are there. So whatever kind of the number, the moment he gives that, what you can, an ARI confirmation will go in. Then if you're in the maybe wherever you have built this system. So using this aggregator API, what you can do, you send a SMS to that driver's mobile number, and you'll ask, we'll be tracking you for next 24 hours or maybe 30 hours, whatever that is. Maybe what is the duration, the time you have, lead time you have taken up. So what will happen is it will try, and you'll be asking the driver, some CRM guy or somebody has to give them a call, because he's a driver. We can't expect he'll be always checking his messages. So he has to send just why to that message reply. The moment he does that, the system will start as GPS. GPS tracks in every some 10 seconds or 5 seconds, 30 seconds, something like that. Sorry, every 2 seconds like that. Whereas this telemetry system, this is SIM tracking system, SIM triangulation, we say, this system tracks in every 30 seconds or 15 seconds, right? So, and that is good enough, I think. If a distance is, even if let's say 10-hour distance, 15 seconds is good enough. Nobody tracks that fast. Everybody tracks in every 30 minutes or in an hour. So you can have a spot marking in your map where the guy was. And you will be, if you have developed good ETA solution out of it, you can have visibility of at what time he'll be arriving. So I believe your question was because you didn't mention what your problem was if there nothing happening. So I'm assuming your problem is managing the inward logistics planning within your plant, because you might be also facing your dispatch vehicles are there, your inward vehicles are there, so that your internal plant logistics person can plan accordingly when to allow the vehicle to come in. Right? If I believe so, that was the pain point area. So you will be getting ETA. The moment it delays, if you see the speed reduces, the ETA also increase. So your logistics guy or your stores guy will be well educated about when the vehicle is going to come and what he has to do with that. And also what will happen with this ASN, by the time vehicle comes in, your system will be ready to accept the vehicle without much of hassle. And the gate itself, if you have based QR code based, if you're not going with RFID based system, or if you have RFID system, then what you can place an RFID, every vehicle has FASTag, you can read the FASTag and read the NPR system. From NPR camera, you can the vehicle number, you can create automatically gate entry out of it, because you have already ASN within your system. You know this vehicle is coming with this material against this PO, your gate entry will be created automatically. Okay, once this happens, your vehicle comes into the plant. Okay, and then you can make the payment against the same gate entry, then unload it, then again get the net weight, and you do the GR automatically. If it matches with the payment system and your ASN quantity, if it matches, do the automatic GRM also. You will be done with it. I think that serves your answer.
Yes. Thank you, sir. I think Sandeep sir, you want to add something over there, right?
Yeah. It's actually the thing is that the question, what Mr. Fazal already gave all the possibilities answers already. So I thought that yes, we have a PQA system when we done our purchase order. So that is a parameters to you assess your vendor. Because it's a tracking system for the customer, as now for that vendor I am a customer. So it is very essential for that ki the GPS tracking or whatever the RFID tag or whatever may be. So this is the PQA system should be there for that whenever you are doing the purchase order. So that is one of the added to Mr. Fazal's answer. That's it.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Fazal sir. Thank you, Sandeep sir.
So I think, Soil, we are already on top of hour right now.
Yes.
I'm not sure if we'll have time to take more questions, but I see a couple of questions already there.
Yes.
So is it like, can we
redirect them and
as a follow-up action, we
sure.
just respond back to them, and if need be, we can obviously connect back with Mr. Rahman and other panelists to get some more clarity.
Yes.
Hope that's fine with everyone.
Okay. So I think Mahima, now we can wrap up the thing. So over to you.
Thank you, Sohil. So, with this, we have come to the closing note where I would like to thank our partner, Endel Digital, all our thought leaders and guests for taking out your precious time and being here. I hope you all had a great session interacting with each other. We shall be sharing the entire session video via thank you email to you everyone shortly, and requesting all to please respond to our feedback form, which will be shared by us. And also, the feedback mentions a one-on-one brainstorm virtual meet with our partner Endel Digital. You can mention your interest over there. And kindly follow us through LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter for webinar and future event updates. So thank you so much, everyone. Have a great day ahead.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you very
everyone.
much.
Bye.
Thanks.